Right, good afternoon and welcome into War Memorial Stadium. Here, the home of the Builder Bulletins. Nope, that's the newsletter of the Apprentice School Builders. It's their home. It's also the home of the Peninsula Pilots of the Wooden Bat Coastal Plains League. If you saw the first game, you saw the Builders win 8-1. David Davenport was at church this morning, doing my duties as our production guy for my church, and was unable to make it. So here we are for game 2, Bucks County against the Apprentice School. And leading off for Bucks County is Sammy Nizaj. If I butcher that, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get you guys. First pitch is fouled back out of play at 1:15. The Builders, I have none of those graphics ready for you guys today. For this game, I'm sorry. But that one was foul tipped also. Builders in the field are Mason Cox in left. And that pitch is fouled off out of play again. Mason Cox in left, Nate Yeary in center, Jet Winslow in right, Hunter Johnson at first, Cam Richardson at second, Cameron Weston at short, Landon Turner at third, Caleb Russell's catching game 2. And Nick Redmond is on the mound, and he gets the first out of the game from a looking strikeout. That'll bring up the left fielder, Chris Ortlip. Chris is batting .362 on the season with 7. Nope, let me get on the right player. .362 on the season with 24 RBIs. Count is even at 1-1. Two and 1 is the new count. Kick the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's Nick Redmond. Outside, count is full, 3-2. Nick Redmond. It's a .321 earned run average. He's 2-1 win-loss record. He's appeared in 9 games, started 5. The pitch gets him looking for out number 2.
The designated hitter, number 10, Evan Erglovich.
For some reason, swing and a miss, strike 1 to the third, to the DH, Evan Erglovich. So Redmond has thrown 28 innings. He's given up 32 hits, walked 13, and struck out 30. And the count is now even at 1-1. Redmond has been a staple for the Builders pitching staff over the last 3 years, as he's in his junior season. As Redmond now has a 2-1 count. The second lefty thrown today. Swing, strike 2. As Charlie Higginbotham threw game 1. of this doubleheader. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, counts full, 3-2. It's a beautiful day out. It's about 65 degrees, sunny, and that pitch is hit high, right behind the shortstop. Cam's there to make the play. Cam Weston, that is. And that'll do it. Bucks County goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium for the bottom of the first inning after this.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Builders getting ready for their half of the inning here against the Centurions of Bucks County. The batting order for the Builders is going to look like this. Nate Yeary leading off. Cam Weston batting second, playing short. Cam Richardson batting third and playing second. Matt Phoebus is batting fourth and DHing today's game. Hunter Johnson playing third, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Jet Winslow playing right field. Batting seventh is Caleb Russell and doing the catching once again. Batting eighth is Landon Turner playing third, and Mason Cox rounds out the bottom of the lineup, playing left. In the outfield, Chris Ortlip is in left. Jaden Nizaj is in center. Alex Fantaski is in right. First is Dan Grace. Trip Scheidels playing second. Sammy Nizaj is playing short. Ty Pan is playing third. John Mulder's doing the catching. And I did not get. Austin Frank is doing the pitching. And ump says that one hit Mr. Yeary, so he's going to reach base with a hit by pitch. So that'll bring Cam Weston to the plate. And he goes, the throw down, and Yeary's in there safely. That first pitch was a strike to Cam. Alex Frank. Oh, it's not. It's Austin Frank. I'm sorry. Just thrown 3 1/3 innings. He's appeared in 3 games. So very little time on the mound so far this season. He's 0-2 in the win-loss record. He's given up 6 hits, 12 runs. 7 of those runs were earned, and he's walked 10 and struck out 7. Cam Weston steps in. He's got a 2-1 count. Does the Builder shortstop. It counts now 2-2. Cam's batting .250 6 on the season, 14 RBIs, 2 home runs. The 2-2 pitch. It's a ball, gets away from him. And Nate Erie takes it to third. Counts full, 3-2. And Cam hits that ball high to center field. Should be deep enough for Nate. Nate tags and scores on the Weston sacrifice fly. That'll bring Cam Richardson to the plate.
Now batting number 34, Cam Richardson.
Cam steps in and has earned a 2-0 count. Cam Richardson's batting .324 on the season with 14 RBIs. There's a strike. He's got 23 hits, 5 doubles, and 1 triple. Strike 2. So the 2-2 pitch, getting ready to come to Cam. Count is now full, 3-2. That one's hit high to left field. Back drifts. Chris, he lost it, is my guess. Because he was drifting, and then all of a sudden he turned like he had no clue where it was. So that'll bring up the DH, Matt Phoebus. And that one drops foul. The 0-1 pitch to Matt. He's grounded towards third. Ty makes the play, throws it over to first, but it hops a few feet in front of the first baseman. It rolls all the way to the fence, and in comes Cam Richardson to score.
At the plate, the first baseman, number 22, Hunter Johnson.
So that'll bring up Hunter Johnson, the first baseman. Hunter is batting .341 on the season, 16 RBIs, no home runs. He does have 5 doubles and 1 triple. First pitch to Hunter was a ball. Outside, ball 2. There's Austin. There's Austin Frank, the pitcher. Inside. Paints the inside corner for strike one. High and outside, ball two. Or, I'm sorry, ball three. Lost track of the count there for a second. And Hunter hits that ball high, but way foul. So the count's now full, 3-2. And Hunter drives that one again, just out of play. Not really. It landed on the other side of the brick wall down there, down the left field, right field line. Still a 3-2 count to the Builder first baseman. Ripped foul at the first base dugout. Three-two pitch coming, and I got a feeling it's going to be outside, on the outside half of the plate. That's where the catcher was set up, but it was thrown inside, and Hunter hit it to the right fielder for the second out of the inning.
Now coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 5, Jet Winslow.
That'll bring up Jet Winslow, the Builder's right fielder. Jet's batting .316 on the season. He's got 31 hits, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and driven in 19. On the Builder season. Matt Phoebus still at second base. Builder's up 2. Low and away. 2-0's the count. To Jet. Three and 0. And Jet earns himself a 2-out walk.
Batting next, the catcher, number 9, Caleb Russell.
So that'll bring up Caleb Russell. The catcher for the Builders. Caleb is batting .281 on the season. 17 runs batted in. Outside, ball 1. Strike. Counts even, 1-1. Caleb rifles that down the left field line. Matt's getting the go sign Around comes Jet, and he's given a stop sign at third. But Caleb with a 2-out double.
Batting next for the Apprentice School, the third baseman, number 12, Landon Turner.
That'll bring up
Running for the catcher at second base, number
Landon Turner,
Smith.
the third baseman. Landon is batting .284 on the season. 5 doubles, 1 triple, 10 runs batted in. First pitch to Landon is inside, ball 1. Landon pulls that one foul down the first base line. Hits one of the support columns of the new awning over there on the refurbished clubhouse. Two and one as that pitch was outside. Three and one. I feel like something might have popped up and maybe got the ump in the eye. Three-one count. Inside, ball 4.
Now batting the left fielder, number 24, Mason Cox.
So that'll bring up Mason Cox, number 24, the left fielder. But first we'll have a mound visit. Ninth batter, builder batter to come to the plate is Mason Cox. First pitch he sees, he swings through for strike 1. Builders have the bases loaded. Trying to tack on a few more runs here in the bottom of the first inning. Prematurely giving them the third out. First 2 pitches Mason has seen, he swung through. So the count's 0-2 to the builder left fielder. And that pitch is popped high out of play down the first base line. We'll set it all up and do it again. That catcher wants that ball nowhere near the strike zone. Grounded to short. Flips it to second, and that'll do it for the Builders half of the first inning. However, the Builders put up 3 runs on 2 hits, and there was 1 error. 3 men were left on base. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium here in Hampton, Virginia after this.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right. 4, 5, 6 due up for Bucks County. So Dan Grace, the first baseman, will be leading off this second inning. First pitch from Redmond is strike one. That pitch is hit high to left center, and it's going to get down in between Yuri and Cox, and Dan is in with a stand-up double.
Second baseman number 23, Trip Seidel.
So that'll bring up Trip Seidel. Let's see. Trip is batting .269 on the season. He's walked 3 times and has 5 RBIs. First pitch to Trip is a ball. One's in there for a strike. Counts 2-1. Foul tip. Throw over to first. He's out.
Third baseman number 33, Ty Pan.
So that'll bring up Ty Pan, the third baseman. Pitch was fouled. Straight back. Counts even, 1-1. And Ty gets hit by that pitch.
Now batting the right fielder, number 2, Alex Fantaski.
So that'll bring up the right fielder, Alex Fantaski. Alex is batting .267 on the season. 1 home run, 10 RBIs. So he steps in with a runner on first and second, and 1 out. First pitch is the ball. That's in there for strike 1, even up the count. Nick Redmond. Nick Redmond gets the ball back on the mound. The 1-1 pitch coming. He squares to bunt. Pops it down the third base line, and Landon doesn't field it cleanly.
Now at the plate, the catcher, number 21, John.
So the Builders commit their first error of the day. And that'll load up the bases. We'll load them up for John Mulder, the catcher. Mulder's batting .299 on the season, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. And of course, this is a great RBI opportunity here for him. First pitch is a strike. Little high ball one. Swing and a miss, and they throw it down to first. Runners back safely. So the count is now 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Kick the pitch, fouled high down the right field line. It lands right at the base of the brick wall. Count stays at 2-2. Three and two counts full. And that'll bring in the first run.
The center fielder, number 44, Jaden Azaj.
For Bucks County. That'll bring in the center fielder, Jaden Azaj. And it'll bring Coach Ben Jones to the mound. as Nick Redmond had a fairly efficient first inning and taking the Centurions 1-2-3 with 2 looking strikeouts and a pop out to the shortstop with the top of the lineup. He's had to do a little more work here in the top of the second as he's given up a double, 2 walks, and of course the error by the third baseman. So bases loaded, 1 out for the number 9 hitter, Jaden Nazaj. And that pitch is fouled down the third base line. And that one's popped to left, shallow left, back, and Cam is there. Cam Weston makes the play in shallow left.
Shortstop, number 27, Sammy Nazaj.
So that'll bring up the shortstop, Sammy Nazaj. He struck out looking in his first at bat. He comes up with 2 outs and the base is loaded. And the first pitch is a strike. Second pitch is the ball to even up the count at 1-1. Kick the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Out is now 1-2 to the Centurion center fielder. Or I'm sorry, shortstop. That pitch is popped high and out of play. Sammy's batting .376 on the season. 17 runs batted in. Foul tip that one to stay alive. The 1-2 pitch coming. Outside, 2-2, counts even. The 2-2 fouled out of play again. We'll stay here. Nick Redmond delivering the 2-2. A little high, 3-2. Count is full. Runners go, and that pitch is fouled back out of play. Once again. Nick Redmond on the mound. Again with the 3-2. And it's popped to shallow right. Back goes Cam Richardson, and he makes the play for the third and final out of the inning. So that's one run on one hit and one error for the Centurions in the top of the second. We'll be back for the bottom of the third here at War Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Leading off for the Prentice School on the bottom of the second, the left fielder, number 0, Nate Urey.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Builders turn to bat here in the second. Nate Urey leading off at the top of the lineup. Nate was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. How did I already get to the third? That's not right. Not the 20. Wow, it's not the 22nd inning either. There we go. First pitch to Nate was a strike. There's ball one. I actually thought it hit him. I don't know. I guess it hit the ground. That one did hit. Well, umpire must be saying it hit the knob of the bat. So Nate steps in for the 1-2 pitch from Austin. And that one's grounded to second. Sliding stop. But it was hit soft enough that Nate Urey would have made it safely, I think, either way.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Cam Weston.
So I'll bring up Cam Weston, the Builder shortstop. He got a sac fly in the first inning to push Nate over to third base. And he hits that ball high in the air to right field. And the catch is made out there by Alex Fantaski.
Batting next, the second baseman, number 34, Cam Richardson.
That'll bring up Cam Richardson. Cam doubled his first at bat into left field. Nate Urey, he wasn't even going on first move. All right, they're calling a balk on the pitcher. I was going to say, if Nate was going on first move, then that was a miraculous move. If he didn't balk, because it's in there for Cam. Strike one. The 0-1 pitch is grounded. Foul to Coach Scarola. The 0-2, high and outside. Ball one. High, ball two. The kick, the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three. So there's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Matt Phoebus. Matt reached on an error by the third baseman in the first inning. First pitch to Phoebus is the ball. And Weekly grounded to second. They get there, just get there with the flip. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in the top of the third inning in just a moment.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. New pitcher for the Builders is number 19, Bryce Post. So he comes in relief of Nick Redmond. Redmond threw 2 innings, faced 10 batters. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run. That run was not earned. And there were 2 walks. He did strike out 3, and 2 of those were looking. So not a bad outing as far as that goes. Kind of really just the 1 walk that the 1 error really kind of did it in as far as the runs go for Redmond. First pitch from Post is a strike. Chris Ortlip leading off. He struck out looking his first at bat, and that second pitch is fouled away, 0-2. Let's get some stats on Mr. Post. Outside, 1-2. So Bryce Post has a 6.97 ERA. He's appeared in 7 games. He's thrown 10 in a third inning. He's given up 14 hits, 8 runs, all of which were earned. Walked 2, struck out 1. And he's ahead of the number 2 hitter for the Centurions, 1-2. This is one of your first games with us. So notice as that pitch is fouled back as well in this tight shot, this batter pitcher kind of shot. The 20-second countdown clock on that top left-hand side. Like I said earlier, this is the home of the Peninsula Pilots, Collegiate Wooden Bat Summer League, and they had to have the pitch clock installed. So we utilize it. That one's hit right. Well, I shouldn't say right at Cam, but Cam Weston takes care of that one for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 10, Evan Erglovich.
So that'll bring up Evan Erglovich, the DH. That pitch is hit high and out of play. Bounces off the concession stand roof and rolls into the parking lot. The 0-1 from Bryce filed straight back against the netting. 0-2. Got him looking for the second out of the inning.
First baseman, number 13, Joe Ruggiero.
So that'll bring up number 13, Joe Ruggiero. He's I guess he's playing first. I don't know if I had that wrong or if he has since come into the game. And that's an effort strike, so the count is 2-1. Yep, he was on the lineup card, so I just had I wrote the wrong number. And he walks. So that is my fault.
Number 23, Trick Shuttle.
Dan Grace was never in the game at first. That ball's hit back up the middle. Cam tried to make a nice diving play, but all he does is knock the ball down. Runners are at first and second. That brings up Taipan. Taipan walked his first at bat, then was stranded at third. The first pitch he sees, he fouls out of play down the right field line. Count. It's now 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Sorry. Yeah. That pitch is hit hard into left. Tracking it back is Mason, and he's there to make the play for the third out of the inning. That'll do it for the Centurions. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in the bottom of the third inning in just a moment.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak, leveling the playing field for everybody.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium, where the Builders leading it off with Hunter Johnson, the number 5 hitter, 5.67 due up for the Builders. That pitch is fouled out of play. Strike one. Hunter flew out to right field his first at bat after taking a couple foul balls pretty deep. The 0-1 pitch skips in there, ball one. Evens up the count at 1-1. And Hunter pulls that foul out of play. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Way outside. 2-2. And that one's ripped to second. Scoops it up. Fires to first for the first out of the inning.
Now coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 5, Jet Winslow.
That'll bring up Jet Winslow, the right fielder. He walked in his first at bat in the first inning. 2-0 is the count to Jet. Outside. 3-0. Caleb Russell's on deck for the Builders. And that's high ball 4.
That brings to the plate the catcher, number 9, Caleb Russell.
So that'll bring Caleb Russell to the plate. He doubled down the left field line in his first at bat. That pitch kind of skipped in there, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is pulled foul. Hit the screen between the dugout and the on-deck circle. So the count is even at 1-1. That one skips up there for ball 2. And the 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Jet at first. Caleb. 3-1 count. Runner goes. But it was ball 4 anyway. So that'll bring up Landon Turner. He grounded out to short his first at-bat. No, he didn't. I lied. He walked in his first at-bat. And was thrown out at second on a fielder's choice. Tyler Smith coming in to courtesy run for the catcher. An AI rule allows you to do that. That pitch is fouled down the first base line. Basically, you can pinch run every time as long as it's the same person who does the running. And that one's pulled between the first and second baseman. Around is Jet to score, and Tyler's in there at third. So Landon gets himself a 1-out RBI single.
Mason Cox.
I'll bring up Mason Cox, who grounded into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. Off goes Landon. He's going to be in there safely. First pitch was a ball. That one's pulled down the third base line. Out of play. Pitch is low and away, ball 2. I had to look. The 2-1 to Mason. High, 3-1. Austin Frank doing the pitching. And outside, ball 4. So Mason.
Now to the top of the lineup, the left fielder, number 0, Nate Erie.
Draws the 5th walk of the day for the Builders. Will take us to the top of the order, Nate Erie. And Nate hits that one foul. Out of play. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Builders center fielder. Corners are in. That pitch is inside. Ball 1, 1-1. Here you go. There's a shot of the field. You can see how first and third are playing in. Second and short. Kind of playing normal depth. They're looking to turn 2 on any ground ball up the middle. Outside, 2-1. That's an effort strike 2. Counts even, 2-2. Outfield looks like they're playing Nate kind of straight up. I feel like the right fielder might be a little farther to the right, which doesn't surprise me at all. Pitch is low. Counts now full, 3-2. 3-2, bases loaded. Nate rounds that up the middle. 1 run will score, and they get Nate at first.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Cam Weston.
That'll bring Cam Weston to the plate. Cam is 0 for 2 in his, 0 for 2. Sac fly to center and then a fly ball to right. First pitch to Cam is a ball. And that one's fouled away. Evens the count at 1-1. One to Cam. High, 2-1. Builders really wrapping up their season. Just 3 more home, I don't want to say games, but 3 more home appearances, we'll say, as Southern Virginia comes in to War Memorial on Wednesday for a doubleheader. Virginia State is here the following Thursday, the 24th, for a doubleheader. That's in there for strike 2. Evens the count at 2-2. And then the Builders wrap up their season on the Tuesday, the 28th. That pitch hit through the hole. 1 run will score. Scarola waves Mason around, and he will score as Jet takes second on the throw home. So the Builders put up 2 more runs to push their lead to 7-1. And that pitch is high to Cam Richardson for ball one. Cam doubled in the first and struck out in the second. That's in there for strike. Giving them too many outs. The 1-1 pitch getting ready to come. Got him swinging on that off speed. He was way out in front of that. Tried to hold back a little on his. Tried to hold that bat back, but could not. The 1-2 pitch. It's grounded to third. And the throw was low. And around comes Cam.
Now batting for the Builders, the designated hitter, number 8, Matt Phoebus.
I'll bring up Matt Phoebus, the DH. Phoebus has a 2-0 count. And that's high and in, ball 3. Austin Frank. 3-0 pitch is hit into the center, and Jaden's there for the catch in the third out of the inning. But Builders score 5 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium and the top of the 5th inning here in Hampton, Virginia in just a moment.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium.
The right fielder, number 2, Alex Fantastic.
Leading off is going to be the right fielder, Alex Fantasky. He is 0 for 1 today, who reached on an error by the third baseman. As he reaches out, slaps out one to second, Cam's up, fires to first for the first out of the inning.
Batting next, the catcher, number 20.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 21, John Mulder. He walked in his first at-bat. Just a reminder, April 28th is senior night. It was also the date of the Apprentice Athletic Booster Club and Apprentice Alumni Social out here at War Memorial Stadium. If you did not reserve a spot for that, you have a chance still. You have until Friday, April 25th to RSVP for that event. It will be a good time. The first pitch was a strike. Counts even at 1-1. That one's right back up the middle to post. It goes right off his glove. And Mulder gets himself an infield hit. That'll bring up Jaden.
Now batting the center fielder, number 44, Jaden Nazaj.
Jaden Nazaj, center fielder. He flew out to short in his first at-bat, but it was actually kind of a shallow left field. First pitch to Jaden was a ball. Second pitch is in there for a strike to even the count up at 1-1. Outside 2-1. And foul ball down the third base line. That's going to even the count up at 2-2. There's Bryce Post getting a sign, getting ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. And he gets him looking for strike 3. On the second out of the inning. That'll take us back to the top of the order. And the shortstop, Sammy Nazaj. Sammy is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the first inning and popped to second. The third, however, he grounds out to short to end the fourth inning. And that'll do it. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 man left on base. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in the bottom of the fourth inning in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do, because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
right, new pitcher for the Centurions is Adrian Santiago, number 45. This is his 6th appearance of the season. He's thrown 8 2/3 innings. He's started 2 games. He has a 0-2 win-loss record. He's given up 14 hits, allowed 21 runs. 16 of those runs were earned. He's walked 14 and struck out 7. So that's the numbers on the new pitcher. So the finalized-ish line for Austin Frank is 3 innings pitch. He faced 22 batters. He gave up 5 hits and 8 runs. He walked 5 and struck out 1. And Hunter Johnson leading it off for the Builders here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hunter's 0 for 2 with a fly to center, fly to right, grounded out to the second baseman to lead off last inning. And he's quickly ahead 0-2. I said ahead 0-2. I meant 2-0. It's now 3-0. There is some action in the Builder bullpen. And that pitch is driven to left field. And Chris Ortlip makes the play.
Now batting number 26, Gavin Garland.
So that'll Gavin Garland pinch hitting. That pitch was fouled back to the screen. 1-2's the count to Gavin. Gavin has appeared in 7 games. He's yet to record a hit. He has 4 official at-bats. And he hits that ball high to left field. Back goes Ortlip, and he makes the play just shy of the warning track. And I put him in the wrong spot.
Now batting for the Apprentice School number 10, Connor Gregory.
So that'll bring Connor Gregory to the plate. Connor pinch hitting for the catcher, Caleb Russell. That pitch bounced outside, ball 1. And that's in there for strike, even up to count at 1-1. It's in there for strike 2. Connor is batting .231 on the season in 8 appearances, 13 at-bats. His 3 hits. He fouls that one out of play. Count stays 1-2. High, ball 2, counts even 2-2. And there's a walk for Connor.
Now at the plate, the third baseman, number 12, Landon Turner.
That'll bring up Landon Turner, the third baseman. He's walked and singled to right. Big day in golf today as the Masters wraps up. The leaders, Rory McIlroy and Bryson DeChambeau, tee off at 2:30 today. Well, I guess they just got underway here not that long ago. As they have a 5- and 3-shot lead respectively on the field. Count is even at 1-1. Builders have 2 outs. And their third baseman, Landon Turner, at the plate. Holding on to their 7-run lead. And there's another ball as Connor takes off after that pitch gets away from the catcher. Outside, ball 4. So that's Landon's second walk of the day.
Now batting for the apprentice school, number 11, Mason Mitchell.
Mason. That was a pinch hitter again in Mason Mitchell. As he lined to the third baseman for the third out of the inning. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium, top of the 5th inning. After this.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, new pitcher for the Builders. Sorry, I just had the name in my head and it's gone from me. It's number 23, Tommy Disler. Tommy is making his third appearance of the season. He's pitched 3 innings. He's given up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3. So Bryce pitched 2 innings. Pitched 2 innings, faced 9 batters, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 2. One of those was looking. So Mason stayed in and is playing left. Mason Mitchell's in left for Mason Cox. Connor Gregory stayed in to catch. And I'm assuming Gavin stayed in and went to right. That's what it looks like. The count is even at 1-1. On the Centurion left fielder, Chris Ortlip. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One and two's the count. Counts even 2-2. Builders trying to get some of the other guys in that don't normally see action. That one's grounded right back up the middle. And Tommy makes the play. Tyler, not Tommy.
The designated hitter number 10, Evan Erglovich.
No, it is Tommy, but I wrote Tyler, so Tommy. I was right. I was wrong with what I wrote. Pitch was inside and off the bat of Evan Erglovich, the DH. 0-2, strike 2. He is 0 for 2. He flew out to short and grounded. I'm sorry, not grounded out, but struck out looking. So Tommy getting ready to 0-2 pitch. Inside, 1-2. That one's grounded to first. Hunter scoops it up, throws it over to the pitcher for the second out of the inning. Next up, Joe Rosario.
Now batting number 13, Joe Ruggiero.
Ruggiero. Taking my cues off the PA announcer, to be honest. He is 1 for 1. He doubled to left center and walked in his 2 times he's been up to in this game too. That might be the closest one I've had. Oh, I got to go back and watch that on this on the camera because that hit right next to the window. I bet that was very interesting on camera. Y'all had a great view of that foul ball. 1-1, high and in, 2-1. That one came back just to my right. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded to second. Bradshaw makes the play. I miss Bradshaw coming in at second. So, Bradshaw came in. This half inning makes the play. That'll do it. Centurions go 1-2-3 here in the top of the fifth. We'll be back for the Builder half of the fifth inning in just a second.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
33, Tyler Smith.
All right. Another pinch hitter, Tyler Smith. So Tyler, I wonder if he went in last inning. Tyler is hitting for Nate Yeary. Two and one is the count to Tyler. Outside, 3-1. That one's hit down the line, foul. That one's grounded to short. Sammy scoops it up. Fires to first, and he's safe.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Justin.
New first baseman coming in. For Bucks County. It's going to be number 8, Denzel Perez.
New first baseman, number 4, Eric Hoffmeister.
Oh, I lied. I thought I read an 8. I'm actually still convinced it's number 8. So I'm going to say it's Denzel Perez. Pitch grounded down the third base line. And Cam will take his base.
Now coming to the plate, number 18, Justin Bradshaw.
Bring up Justin Bradshaw, the second baseman. First pitch to Justin is the ball. High and in, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch was in there for strike 1. Makes the count to 2-1. Pitch was low, 3-1. High and in to Bradshaw, ball 4.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 8, Matt.
Bases are now loaded. For the DH, Matt Phoebus. Matt reached on an error in the first inning, grounded to second in the second inning, and popped out to the right fielder in the third inning. And now he's got a 1-0 count. And he hits that ball to center. Under it is Jaden, makes the catch. 2 tag. And I think that ball checked. It hit the dirt and checked. But Tyler.
Baseman, number 22, Hunter Johnson.
33, Tyler Smith scored. Cam moves over to third. And Hunter Johnson steps in. First pitch to Hunter is outside, ball one. Hunter again hits it high to left, shallow left. Out goes the shortstop and the third baseman, but it's going to drop. And in safely is Cam. That one was just kind of hit into no man's land.
Now at the plate, number 26, Gavin Garland.
That'll bring up Gavin Garland. He flew out to the left fielder in his first at bat. First pitch. It's not a ball. It's a strike. Second pitch is in there for a strike. So Gavin's got a 0-2 count. That pitch is fouled back up over my head. Count will remain at 0-2. Just a reminder, if you haven't already booked your foursome for the 2025 F. Farrell Saunders Builder Golf Tournament, go ahead and do that. It's going to be Friday, June 20th, 8 a.m. Shotgun start out there at Sleepy Hole Golf Course in Suffolk. There's a ball. 1-2 is the count. Entry fee gets you breakfast and lunch courtesy of Jason's Deli. There are going to be multiple contests that day, of course. Some giveaways, I'm sure. That ball's hit into center. Over goes Jaden. It gets by him. He almost made the play. One run is in, and they're going to hold. Actually, it doesn't matter. That's the 11th run, so that'll do it. That'll give the Prentice School the victory here by run rule in game 2. Builders score 11 runs on 8 hits and 1 error and commit 1 error. Bucks County scored 1 run on 3 hits, committed 2 errors. Good to see some contact being made by the Builders as well. Some decent contact. The Builders will be back in action Wednesday. Sorry. It's Wednesday. It's this Wednesday. I just cannot think of the date. The 16th, 1 p.m. against Southern Virginia University is when game 1 of that doubleheader will start. And then, of course, game 2 will start 30 minutes after that. I was just mentioning, if you haven't signed up for the golf tournament, go to gobuilders.com and sign up for that tournament. It'll be a good time. Builders will be back here on Wednesday to do it all again. We hope to see you here in the stadium. And if you can't make it, definitely catch us online. We'll see you all Wednesday.